Hello everyone, welcome back. Today we're going to be sewing the princess dart bustier which we had drafted in the previous video. So let's just go straight into doing that. So as you can see, this is a sleeveless princess dart, and do follow me as we make this. So to begin with, guys, we added the allowances on paper. That's why I have not added any allowances while cutting. So this is the front piece. It was cut on fold, as you can see, and it's only one piece. These are the side front pieces, and they are two separate. The back pieces, since there will be a zipper, there are two, and even this side there are two. For the side back piece, add 0.5 to the side. For that 0.5 we took from the zipper. Then you can go ahead and notch the bust line points for guidance when sewing, like this. Then we're going to start with the front piece. We're going to work on the front piece first. So as you can see, this was cut on fold, so it's one piece, and these two pieces are going to be put at the sides of this front piece. So with this fusible interfacing, so this is medium interfacing that I used. It's not soft, it's not hard, it's medium. So the shiny part should face the wrong side of the fabric. Okay, then with a hot iron you can go ahead and iron this down, and as you can see, it makes the fabric kind of stiff, which is what we are trying to achieve. Then you remember the bust points where we had put those snips. So I'll just look for where that is on the side front and on the center front piece, and I'll just try to put them together like this and try to pivot my piece to just see how far it will start from and how it will attach to the bottom from here. Okay, then mark your sewing allowance both on the front piece and on the side piece. On the center and side piece, mark your 0.5-inch sewing allowance. So at this point, you can decide where to start from, whether from the bottom or from the armhole. So when you get to the curve area, kind of force the fabric to align. Force it to align so that the allowances are the same both at the front piece and the piece at the back. You want your allowances to be both the same. You don't want one being shorter than the other. So if you do not force this to align, you find that your back piece has got a smaller sewing allowance that was left. So make sure you put them in alignment as you sew. So here's what we have. What you're going to do is now make snips. Okay, so this will help us as we iron flat this fabric since it has got some curves. So make some snips like this. This will make your fabric to lay flat. So we're going to do the same at the other side. Okay, so I'm starting from the bottom for both these pieces. And as you sew, make sure you make the the parts of the fabric to align. Okay, force them to align as you sew so that you have the sewing allowance equally distributed. So here's how it has turned out. I've not yet even ironed it, but you can see how perfect it looks. Then we can now go to the iron. So I ironed this part already with my tailor's hem, and right now I am ironing this other side. So you need a tailor's hem to iron your curved darts, your princess dart. Okay, so they come in all shapes and sizes. you can make yourself one. So the tailor's hem is really handy, guys. On a flat surface, you can't do this. You can't achieve this. You can see how effectively I'm ironing my princess dart without much of a challenge if I was using a flat surface. Okay, so this helps with the curves around your fabric. And here is how it looks like, nicely ironed. So the next thing we're going to do is get lining pieces and cut them the exact way that you cut your your front bodies. So here is me. I just stitched down the lining. So now we're going to put right sides facing each other like this. And you're going to join the neckline, then you join the side seam. Then you can go ahead and make some snips on the neckline since it's curved, and you can turn this round. Look at how neat it looks. Guys, this looks really nice. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just top stitch the neckline. Then we can now go to the back piece. So as you can see, I've added 0.5 sewing allowance here and 0.5 sewing allowance even at the side, on the center piece and on the side piece. Then you do the joining the same way that you joined the front pieces, the same way that you're going to join your back piece. Okay, so when you reach to the curved, you make sure you align. Okay, when you reach to the curve, make sure your fabric aligns with each other, both the front and back piece, so that you have something like this. Okay, then you do the same even with the other piece. Okay, so according to preference, so from this one, I'm starting from the top. I'm starting from the armhole area. So this is according to your preference. Which one do you think is better? Starting from the armhole or starting from the bottom? So this will be according to your own preference. As you continue to do this, you will decide what works best for you. So you might have a little bit of the fabric not aligning at the bottom. Okay, so if you have any excess like this one, which I have at the armhole, you can just cut it off like this. And even at the bottom, when you have got excess, all you have to do is cut it off. So it might be of help to put an allowance of at least 2 inches or 1.5-inch sewing allowance at the bottom, so that when you cut off the little excess at the bottom, it doesn't affect the length of your bodies. So here is the back piece. So even on my lining, I still had excess, of which I'm just cutting everything so that it falls in alignment. Then I'm going to stitch the neck, sides, and the sides. I'll just leave the armhole and shoulder. So I went ahead and I stitched by 0.5, 0.5, and I made snips at the neck. Then we can just turn this inside out. And here are the two back pieces that we have. Okay, they're in alignment, and you can see this was the 0.5 we took from the zipper allowance. That's why there's this gap that's showing. And then you can join the front and back piece from the sides. So to join the shoulder, you take one piece of the lining, whether from the front or the back, and you let it go all the way like this, then make a stitch like this. Or you can open up both sides of the shoulder like this, then make a straight stitch attaching the lining to the lining and the actual fabric to the actual fabric, so whichever you prefer. So I went ahead to attach my shoulders, and I'm just adding my zipper allowance was 1.5 inch, but 0.5 inch was used to join the lining, so 1 inch is being used for the zipper allowance. Then at this point, hem the bottom and the armhole, then join the sides. Then lastly, you can go ahead and join the zipper. Then you end up with something looking like this. So look at how nice my princess dart turned out. Okay, so you can see even at the back there's a princess dart there, and here is our beautiful bustier. Very happy with the outcome, guys. You need to try it out.